Hi guys, I'm back with another fake tan review, and today it's going to be the Isle of Paradise self-tanning water. This was requested. It's so interesting. It's such a strange idea. It has a peach base, which is one of the things that was most interesting about this one to me, because obviously the trying to avoid the tangoed look is what we're all after. So like I say, I've prepped. It says it takes 4 to 6 hours to develop, and it does say that you're supposed to mist until skin is totally saturated, covering face, hands and feet last, before blending with a tanning mitt using sweeping motion. So you still do need to use a tanning mitt, which I wasn't expecting. But basically now I'm going to mist everywhere. I'm going to get someone to help me out with my back, Lee. And I'm going to just stand in the bath for a little bit and hope to dry it off. Then I'm going to wear my tanning onesie, which is my Tan Grow. I will link it below. It's expensive for what it is, but if you're a tanner on a regular basis, I think it's a really cool thing. And it was gifted to me last year. And yeah, we'll see how this goes. First impressions, very, very easy. Squirt, 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 easy. But once I've done that part of it, I felt like when I was using the tanning mitt, I was kind of just wiping it off because it was kind of then drying up. It was absorbing the tan. I don't know, it feels counterintuitive. And so I did it in certain sections, like on my arms and on my chest. I kind of did that a little bit on my thighs, but I really want to see what it does if you just spritz it and then you don't go to all the effort of like wiping it all afterwards. Let me just show you how much of it I used. To there. So that was a full body application. So going from that, you're going to get at least 4 applications, I would guess, from one bottle, which is not too bad, providing it turns out okay. And I've only heard good things about this, so we shall see. The only other thing was I stood in the bath to do it, because obviously it could be really messy. When you're spritzing everywhere, you don't want to get it near anything that can't be cleaned. And because of that, I then ended up standing in a lot of the tanning water. So I can only imagine that the bottom of my feet are going to be really, really orange. I've tried to wipe them down, but we'll see how this goes. I'm also nervous about now walking around the house. I'm going to put some slippers on just to be safe. But they're my first impressions. It seems easy, but I'm not sure about the whole thing of then wiping it down afterwards. And it's now very, very tacky. It doesn't seem to dry. So I left it 5–10 minutes, just kind of standing and waiting. I was watching something on my iPad and I was like, okay, I'm just going to put the thing on now because I wouldn't really wait any longer than this. I don't know whether or not it would have dried to anything less tacky than this right now. So I'm quite dark, number one. Initially yesterday when I washed it all off, I was like, oh, I really like this. The colour is really natural. And I would say it's not unnatural necessarily. I look very dark on my face, which is strange. I mean, look, this is truly the comparison. But I'm very, very patchy. Like, I'm gonna actually show you quite a few areas of my body because I can't not. Okay, I can't totally see in the viewfinder everything that I'm looking at, but I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see what I'm talking about. Oh yes, that is nice and white. Also down here, you see here, pulled in a strange place on both sides, little brown marks. Yesterday I was trying to get it off thinking, is it a bruise? What is it? But it's happened on the other side as well. I don't understand. So obviously, as I said in the application portion, I didn't 100% follow the rules. And so, you know, at least 50% of this could be user error. I did saturate everywhere, also I thought. And then just on my arms and my chest, I did the thing that it said to do. And so I like kind of wiped it down with a mitt, and tried to kind of even it all out and whatever. My face, I didn't really do anything. I would say that if you can get it on an area and that area be untouched, it will probably work really, really well, because on my face it's very, very even, no problems at all, because I just properly spritzed it. And even on certain sections like my chest where there's no real movement, it works really, really well. But anywhere that, well, just literally anywhere else, arms and legs have been a disaster. My back, again, fine. But arms and legs have really been a disaster because I obviously couldn't tell where I'd not gone, because it was difficult to, with a moisturiser, you can kind of at least see a little bit, oh, there's a dry patch. With this, I really was not able to tell where I'd spritzed and where I hadn't spritzed, so I felt like it was everywhere, and I felt like I used a lot. I had help, so when Lee did it, I got him to do all of the back of me, then I did the front and I did some of the back of me again. I really thought I was being quite diligent, and then I waited maybe 5 minutes until it got tacky, and I put on my little Tan Grow thing, And I think at that point, I've wiped some of it off. That's the only thing I can think has happened. Plus all of this here is almost completely white, which the only thing that would make sense is because I've then gone and sat down and it's been absorbed by the tanning onesie and it's just not developed at all. This is not easy. It has had such rave reviews, and now I'm wondering, because I know there's a few different versions of the Isle of Paradise product, and they do the drops, they do the mousse, they do the water, and I was watching some videos last night because I was thinking, you know, if I missed something, is this not that great? And a couple of the ones that I saw, people used other things on their body and they used the mist on their face. So I don't know, but what I'm going to be doing today is soaking in the bath, trying to get as much of this off as possible. And if I'm successful, then we'll try this again. If it's really, really stubborn, then maybe not, because I don't want to be walking around super, super dark and patchy. But I really want to try and give this a more well-rounded review, because I can't understand why this was such a fail. I've never had such a fake tanning fail in all of my trial and error days of fake tanning. I used to be very, very into it about 10 years ago, and never, never, never have I had such a horrendous result. So yeah, I'm going to try and get off as much as I can today, and then I will report back to see what we're going to do next. I can't even look at this. The way that this has worn away, I can't do this again. I applied it on Saturday, so you saw me last on Sunday, and it's now Thursday morning. And I scrubbed and scrubbed and scrubbed, and it didn't budge that first day. And since then, I've kind of just exfoliated as normal and just moisturised really well. And one of the things that's been absolutely saving me, because my skin has been so itchy, is this. This was sent to me. I don't know what the brand, this is the brand, Ameliorate? But this was sent to me as a package. And this is absolutely amazing. It's like a texturized glove. So you use it on dry skin, and because I've been so itchy, partly because I've been so itchy and partly because I've had these acrylic nails applied and I can't really get a good scratch because they're quite blunt, this has been fantastic. So when I get really, really, like even in the middle of the night, I'll wake up and be like, oh, I can't scratch with these nails. And so this little glove thing has been amazing. But even exfoliating as regularly as I am, it's not really helping even this wear out. This looks ridiculous. I wanted to persevere with it, I really did. I was gonna do my legs. I just can't bring myself to apply this tan again. Even in absolute optimum conditions, I just don't like the way that it's wearing. Let me show you. Here, it's like clung to this area as if it's dry. There's no dryness at all there. I mean, you know, I can live with the fact that the kind of patchy application is partly because maybe I needed to, feels weird that my head is cut off here, maybe I needed to kind of stand and make sure that it dried for longer before I applied, before I put my little onesie on. So some of it is definitely user error. But at the same time, how long would you stand there for it to absorb? I know that I was very thorough in certain areas, like around my thighs and my bum, it's just like not there at all. And that's obviously just been wiped away or absorbed by the onesie. I feel like that's not me. So yeah, the other thing that was bothering me wear-wise is it has clearly worn away where my bra is. So this is not, it's not like I've just extra scrubbed in this area. It actually was applied. It was bronze there. And now the bra, where the bra has been, has rubbed the tan away. It's just not good. It's not good. I don't know whether or not people are talking about different products from Isle of Paradise when they're raving about it. I don't know if now I'm thinking maybe people were just telling me to try it because they didn't want to try it, or maybe they were telling me to try it because other people have not liked it and they wanted a review from me. I went into this thinking this was going to be a great product, and I've come away just incredibly disappointed and with literally the worst tan of my life. And I hold my hands up, part of that is my fault, but not all of it. I'm going to be moving on to another one next. So that is it. I thought I'd do a standalone video for this one because I thought this needs to go out on its own. It's not fair to compare this against anything else because I don't think there's going to be anything else that I'm going to feel this way about. So I'm sorry I didn't do it again. I really was going to. And then this far into it, I just don't want to do this again. It's going to put me back so far in testing other ones that I want to test. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. Please let me know in the comments if you have used this and loved it. Let me know if it's just another product from the range that you really enjoy. I potentially would use this to top up my face, you know, if I've got a different tan on. It was really easy and even application on my face. And obviously my face just stays. There's no like, I'm not going to be touching my face or anything. And there's nothing, I think it was just the easiest application there. So I think if I did put on another fake tan, maybe every couple of days I might spritz this on, just to be able to use it, and because I think it is good for that. But honestly, I just don't understand how people use this on their bodies unless it's like a two-man operation. Every time